Dead Space follows engineer Isaac Clarke, who is sent to repair the communication equipment on the USG Ishimura, a massive planet cracker. However, upon arrival, he finds that the ship has been overrun by a hostile alien virus, causing its crew to turn into aggressive creatures. Trapped on board, Isaac must navigate the ship and battle the infected crew, as well as confront various mechanical problems in order to survive. In Dead Space, defeating enemies requires more than just shooting. The heavily mutated necromorphs that have infested the ship can only be defeated by severing their limbs. This is done with tools such as the plasma cutter that can cut through flesh and bone. Combat in Dead Space is unique, as players must focus on individual limbs, making even small groups of enemies challenging. This remake makes combat smoother and adds the peeling system, which reveals the interior of limbs when shot, allowing for more precise targeting. The system is visually grotesque, but adds an extra level of satisfaction to the combat. In the remake, weapons have been improved to provide more options during combat. New secondary fire modes, enhanced visual and audio feedback, and a smoother feel make weapons other than the plasma cutter more viable. The contact beam, in particular, now has a devastating alt fire that can vaporize enemies. The tedious asteroid shooting minigame and rigid anti-gravity jumping segments have been redone, with the latter allowing for more freedom of movement. The tram is no longer the only way to travel between sections of the Ishimura. The chapters flow smoothly as you explore. This makes Isaac's journey feel like a seamless, cohesive experience. The addition of Isaac's voice was initially a concern, as the original game's eerie silence was one of its defining features. However, Isaac's dialogue is kept to a minimum and consists mostly of lines from other characters in the first game, and his engineering comments add depth to his character rather than breaking the silence. Isaac is still largely a silent protagonist, but voice actor Gunnar Wright delivers a standout performance and adds to Isaac's confidence and stoicism as he deteriorates mentally. The entire cast shines, adding life to the game's story without sacrificing its core charm. The story is also expanded through side quests and holographic logs, providing insight into the relationship between Isaac and his partner, Nicole, the Unitology Church, and the unstable Dr. Mercer as the main villain. The narrative has been refined and polished, consistent with the game's overall improvements. The story in Dead Space remains a captivating blend of horror and humour. It's reminiscent of John Carpenter's Event Horizon, a great movie, as it explores themes of religious extremism, physical transformation, treachery, distrust, and insanity. The whispers and whispers of the game's creatures will send shivers down your spine when played in the dark with your headphones on. The visuals in Dead Space are the standout feature, with exceptional lighting that casts an ominous orange hue on dark spaces and highlights the grimy and bloody state of the Ishimura. The attention to detail brings new life to classic areas from the original game and truly captures the decay and corruption caused by the alien infection. The flickering lights, dust, grime, and bloodstains on the surfaces only add to the eerie atmosphere. Additionally, the flame reflections on Isaac's suit add to the game's stunning visual impact. Dead Space's story is still captivating with its blend of horror, humour and insanity. Playing the game with headphones in the dark enhances the experience, especially with its fantastic sound design. The Ishimura itself is a character, with its rattling engines, chunky buttons and crunchy doors. The visuals are phenomenal, particularly the lighting that creates a sinister atmosphere. However, the game's performance on PC could be improved. There were stuttering issues when entering some new areas and random doorways, but despite this drawback, Dead Space is a great example of how much games have advanced, but also how the genre of third-person shooters has remained largely unchanged. The Dead Space remake is outstanding, improved and updated, crafted with meticulous care. If the stuttering issues are resolved, The game is one of the greatest action horror games ever played. Was a remake of Dead Space necessary? Absolutely. This is now the optimal way to play this horror classic with thoughtful upgrades. Ideal for those unfamiliar with the series and for those who played it before. It's Dead Space, but better. A like and subscribe to the channel would be great and help us out a lot. See you again next time for some more reviews.